The Silk Road Empire, the kingdom that controlled the world without anyone knowing. What if I told you that there once was a kingdom so rich, so strategically powerful, that it controlled the trade between East and West for centuries? Yet most of the world doesn't even know it existed. It had no army powerful enough to conquer lands, yet it made emperors, sultans, and kings kneel for permission to trade. It created a fortune through whispers, maps, spices, and silk. Welcome to the forgotten story of the Sogdian Kingdom, the true masters of the Silk Road. Don't forget to subscribe before this story disappears again into the deserts of history. The hidden empire in the heart of Asia between the mighty empires of China and the Persian world. A small yet extraordinary people flourished in the shadows, the Sogdians. They did not command vast armies. They did not build wonders of the world. They never conquered any nation. Yet they held something far more powerful: the knowledge of the world's trade routes. The Silk Road, that ancient network stretching from China to Europe, was run by Sogdian merchants, mapmakers, and translators. For over 700 years, these people controlled the world's flow of goods, ideas, and even religion. Who were the Sogdians? The Sogdians were an Iranian people who lived in what is now modern-day Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and parts of Kazakhstan. Their main cities, Samarkand, Panjikent, and Bokhara, were shining gems in the desert. They were not warriors. They were writers, artists, and above all, traders. Their language, Sogdian, became the international language of trade, just like English is today. And their culture wasn't isolated. It absorbed ideas from China, India, Persia, and even the Roman Empire. They were pagans, then Buddhists, then Manichaeans, Zoroastrians, and later Muslims. They adapted to survive, and in that, they thrived. The Silk Road was their empire. Sogdian merchants didn't just sell goods, they sold information. They carried Chinese silk, Indian spices, Persian silver, Roman glass, and with it, stories, technologies, and beliefs. When a ruler in China wanted to know what was happening in the West, he turned to a Sogdian merchant. When a Persian king wanted to send a secret message through hostile lands, he gave it to a Sogdian writer. The Sogdians knew the best routes, the safest cities, the corrupt governors, and the most profitable markets. They built invisible empire, stretching across mountains, deserts, and kingdoms. The city of Samarkand, the jewel of the road at the heart of the Sogdian network, was Samarkand. A city older than Rome, a city whose streets echoed with dozens of languages. Here, Alexander the Great had once marched. Here, Chinese, Persian, Greek, and Arab cultures blended into something new. Samarkand wasn't just a city. It was a civilization center, where ideas were traded as easily as spices. Sogdian houses were filled with colorful murals, their walls telling tales of legends, love, war, and commerce. Children were taught 4 languages by age 10. They grew up to be ambassadors, guides, bankers, and diplomats. How they controlled the world without ruling it. The Sogdians mastered a simple truth: if you control trade, you control everything. They never started wars, they profited from them. While empires burned each other's capitals, Sogdian merchants were already making deals with the next ruler. They knew how to survive regime changes. They had contacts in every major kingdom. They spoke every language that mattered. And unlike others, they wrote everything down: contracts, laws, family lineages, even detailed trade diaries. And through these records, they made themselves immortal. But here's the question that no historian can fully answer. If the Sogdians were so powerful, so connected, and so influential, why did they vanish from our history books? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because what comes next might explain everything. The fall of the invisible empire in the 8th century. The Sogdians faced their greatest threat: the rise of Islamic caliphates from the west and the Tang dynasty's suspicions from the east. In 755 CE, a man named Lushan, a general in China with Sogdian roots, led one of the most devastating rebellions in Chinese history. The result? 20 to 30 million dead. The Tang dynasty never fully recovered. After that, China viewed Sogdians with distrust. Meanwhile, in the West, the Arab conquests swept across Central Asia. Sogdian cities were taken. Languages changed. The Silk Road slowly shifted to new routes. And just like that, the invisible empire was gone. Erased from memory, unlike other empires, the Sogdians left few monuments. No pyramids. No palaces. They invested in trade, not tombstones. And so, modern history barely mentions them. But their influence remains. The Buddhism that reached China, delivered by Sogdian monks. The Persian coins found in Sweden, brought through Sogdian routes. The words in our languages, like kiosk and khan, come from them. They didn't want to rule the world. They just wanted to be the ones who connected it. A warning from history in a world obsessed with power and conquest. The Sogdians prove that real influence doesn't always come from armies. It comes from ideas, from trade, from connection. They were the glue that held the ancient world together. And then, when their time was done, they slipped back into the dust, like the silk they once sold. If this story made you see history in a new light, like the video, share it, and comment below with your favorite part of this forgotten empire. And don't forget to subscribe, because next time, we're uncovering a civilization that built pyramids, not in Egypt, but in Sudan.